4.1 just came out, and two massive characters are on this banner. Of course, we got Wriothesley and Venti. Now, of course, you're probably thinking about pulling for Venti, but you should hold on just until you watch this video. You may be confused. Do I spend my hard-earned primos on the muscle man Wriothesley, or do you go with the other end of the spectrum, the femboy Venti? Now, no, last time a lot of people were very annoyed at me for saying Wriothesley is very masculine. Apparently, that's illegal nowadays. So today, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite femboy, Venti, and how he potentially solos the entirety of Genshin. We all know that Venti is the very first Archon that was released way back in 1.0. You know, 3 whole years ago. How has time gone so fast? Now, there is a very weird reason why Genshin can't update their characters, so probably subscribe if you want to find out what that exact reason is. But we won't go that into this video because you came here for Venti. The main thing that would come to mind is that, hey, Venti probably sucks because he's one of the oldest characters in the game. He's probably obsolete by now. But you see, Genshin kinda suffers from a little something I like to call reverse power scaling, where a lot of the older characters are way better than some of the newer ones. That's a controversial topic, I won't delve too much into it, but let me know if you guys want to see me discuss that. But back onto the main guy, Venti. Granted, he's a 1.0 character, so fairly simple as characters go. If you compare his kit to Wriothesley, who is super complicated to use, seriously, you gotta have a PhD to understand how he works. Venti is just a very simple crowd control bow user compared to him. But you see, that's where he excels, at crowd control. But the second key thing about Venti is, yes, his bow. He's a bow user, and with the fact that he's a bow user opens up a very, very interesting, I would say, exploit or feature. We're gonna call it a feature, which we'll get onto in just a moment. But a very quick summary of his main use is his ultimate, which he summons a whole black hole to group enemies together and one-shot them. Incredibly useful in many team comps, a character that has withstood the test of time within Genshin, still in many team comps today. Now, Venti is just Genshin's version of Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, throwing holo purple out every 5 minutes. I don't know what that is. But don't forget that Venti has one of the best overworld exploration kits, where he creates a gust of wind which allows him to reach hard to reach places. I mean, it may not be as cool as the Wanderer or Kazuha, but you do have to remember, but he was the first character that could fly. Remember, Venti was one of the first 5 stars back in 1.0, so you do have to cut him some slack. Genshin had no idea what was going on back then. Venti warped just so that Kazuha and the Wanderer can fly, quite literally if I may add. Back to the point on Venti being a bow user. Now this allows us to abuse one of the most broken features in the game that I like to dub the machine gun bow technique. This turns any character into a literal human machine gun. Now if you don't believe me, this allows you to mash the aim in button and shoot button with precise enough timing, and this lets your bow users go from supports to main DPS in just a fraction of a second, as soon as you get the technique down. Now, it may sound complicated, but that's why you got this video on the machine gun technique made by Smuggo, a very lazy guy who edits my videos from time and time again. That's why I have very odd random stuff in my videos.
That's a lie.
What did you say?
My dad wasn't a drunk.
Very good guide on the machine gun technique, and it's extremely useful on Venti, being one of the most viable characters to apply this to. So if you need a really quick build, guys, this guy's been built a billion times before, but you basically build it for energy recharge, crit rate, and crit damage, so like all the characters in the game. Get your energy recharge so your ult recharge is fast enough so you can abuse any hilichurls that happen to walk right by you, so you can unload your machine gun on them. Absolutely insane and unbeatable combo. Now, he may just be better than Wriothesley punching his opponent, but I don't know, Wriothesley kinda just seems better in my opinion. Click this video if you want to find out exactly why.